All right, guys, we got War Machine Mk6 box right here, and yeah, let's just take a look at it. It actually looks fantastic, just like all the other in-game figures. So I don't know what took me so long to actually decide to add it to the collection, but it did. Regardless, it is here, and it looks quite fantastic. MMS 530D31 right there. Obviously got a little Hot Toys logo action. It's a nice little reflective. You can see the kind of light bouncing off of it. Got a little life to it. We got War Machine on the side. All the whodunits on the back. And then on the inside, well, there's nothing on the inside because I already have it out of the box. But I do have, well, I've got it right here. So let's take a look at everything he actually comes with. So we've got right here, we've got a roadie portrait that thankfully we're going to be getting an unmasked, an unhelmeted roadie portrait with Iron Patriot. Hopefully any day they will actually release that figure. I know everybody's super excited about it, but we've seen that one 5 times now, I think. We get a magnetic sculpt helmet face that goes on that one. We got a light up helmet. We've got a Gatling gun, and we got some hands. It really doesn't come with a whole lot. So let's just go ahead and get the stuff out of here and just kind of see. But there's our first look at the actual armor. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I always wanted to add this to the collection, but for whatever reason, I was buying other things, and I just never bought this one. And then I don't know. I just decided that now was as good a time as I need to pick it up. So there we go. So let's get that guy over there. We'll get the portrait out. If you guys are on the fence with buying this figure, let me know. I'd like to hear from you. And let me know why maybe you haven't picked it up. Maybe it's for budget reasons. Maybe it's space reasons. Maybe you just really, really want the Iron Patriot. Maybe that's a thing. And or maybe you waited out so long that they reissued the Mark I War Machine, and you just decided to go with that, which I would totally not fault you for at all, because that piece is amazing. So we got all these parts. Again, not a whole lot. Let's take a look at this display stand. We saw this with every other in-game figure. We got a nice little War Machine logo. We got a Avengers A, and we got War Machine on the front. It is a dynamic stand. I have the pole around here somewhere with the normal grabber here. I wish it had the little waist thing, but it doesn't. So there's that. Here's our portrait. I guess we can take a look at this. Actually, it looks pretty good. It looks like any other one. I like the darker paint application on this particular War Machine versus the Mark IV from Infinity War. There's our portrait we've seen a whole bunch of times. The same expression, same paint, nothing new. The only difference is he's in a different helmet. So it does have these nice, vibrant red lenses, though. You can see how, like, those are kind of nice. Kind of dig that. So I don't think I've ever added lights to any of my War Machine figures. Like any of them. I don't think I have. Normal hands, we've got our repulsor blaster hands right here. We got fisted hands actually on the figure. These are not terribly, I mean, there's some weathering on them, but they're pretty much just like a charcoal gray light up function there on the repulsor. And then we have our articulated hands that we have with pretty much every other Iron figure. And so we've got those, we got some hands. And then we've got our little Gatling gun that goes on his back. So I think there's 0 paint applications on this. Am I missing that? Or are there just none? Like, that's 0. So I think some dry brushing is in store for this one. I'm kind of, that's crazy. Like, there's 0. We got a nice little rotating deal. We can pivot there. It's on a ball joint. We can do whatever we want with that. But the fact that there's 0 applications on this, that's kind of disappointing. Anyways, let's take a look at this figure itself. We have it right. I like the darker paint. I think it's going to look great with my War Machine Mark I and the Punisher War Machine. It's going to look great. This is a dark graphite. It's not black. All right, it's like a dark graphite with all these nice little silver bits and bobs and everything. It just looks great. And I don't know. What appealed to me about this one, this is one of the reasons I wanted to pick this one up, was the slim nature of this thing. Now, we got the Mark IV War Machine. It is super bulky. Obviously got the Mark I War Machine. That's super bulky. And the Mark II, well, that one just sucks. So we'll need to talk about that one. But here it is. We got our 006 there on the thigh. We got our nice little star on the other thigh. We got, I mean, just chevrons and everything going on. chevrons on that side, and it looks like I forgot to take a piece of plastic out of the neck, so I'll get that in a little bit. But this thing, it just, I don't know. I think the contrast of this is what drew me to it, which is the dark graphite with the silver, the nice metallic paint they've got going on. I mean, you can see the light bouncing off of this thing. If you've got any kind of decent light set up in your display, it's gonna pop, right? And it's gonna have its normal articulations, like this is a normal Iron Man figure. Nice little ball joint there, which you should be able to pull out that socket a little bit. Yeah, the socket goes in and out, so you can get some range of motion. This is on a little pin there. Bicep swivel, you can do whatever we want. Nice little bend in the elbow. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on with this thing. Probably going to get a drop down. Yep, drop down there for some range of motion on the torso. Probably get that. Double bend on the knee. Nice ratchet. I mean, this is a substantially heavy piece. When you look at the photos of it and you think like this one versus the War Machine Mark IV, which is a huge piece. This has some substantial weight to it. It's heavier than it appears. It really is heavier than it appears. So, but I don't know, I just love the contrast. I'm pretty sure this chest plate comes off because all the other Iron Man, yeah, all of them come off for whatever reason. But there's some nice detail on the side. I will not be putting the batteries in this because just, I don't know, doesn't interest me to do that. But here's the back. Got any flaps, anything going on in the back? No. Here's where our little rifle goes. That's going to go in here. So yeah, there's just not a whole lot of stuff going on with this particular one. I feel like there are some flaps somewhere, but I'm wrong. Says there's not. Look how wide. He did not skip back day at all. So it looks nice. Nice little tread on the bottom. Nice toe articulation. So we're going to have some fun with this. I think more or less I wanted to, since this figure's been out for a while, I more or less just wanted to pose it up. But I was going to share it with you guys, even if some of you have not seen it yet. So let's go on and get to the posing. All right, guys, let's talk about this Mk6 War Machine. This is definitely not one that I had to have immediately on release, as you can tell, because I'm just now getting it. Because I think the Iron Patriot is definitely the one to get. However, I've got most of the other War Machines, and I still need to track down the Civil War Mark III War Machine. So eventually I'll do that. That way I got them all. But I think this is a pretty nice addition. You can see right here, I've got them just in a simple pose. Nothing crazy. I've got the foot up there. A little gridded light there for dramatic effect. Yeah, I've got one foot up there. It is very, very good looking. I mean, it really is. The shoulders being as broad as they are, I think lend itself to being a little bit more masculine, even without having all of the armory and weapons and everything like the Mark IV had, or even the Mark III with this like batons. The Iron Patriot clearly is going to be so much bigger, bulkier, and badass over this version, but I don't think that's a reason to skip this one. I mean, you can get it pretty much free shipping right now, and probably below retail if you're, savvy and on the interwebs. You can probably find something a little better deal wise. But and after the after the Iron Patriot dropped, this one probably dropped even further. But I still think it looks great. I mean, you can see like the detail on the actual armor, the silver, the matte gray. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful piece of tech. It is quite good. It really is. If I swing around here, you can see the detail on the arms. I mean, it's quite good, right? Nice little 006 and flag going on there. I mean, it's quite a good looking piece. So I don't think I would discount it for not having all the weapons. I think it definitely is a good looking piece. So I'm happy with it. I'm glad I picked it up. And I'm glad I waited to get it like on free shipping. And like I said, I got a deal on it, you know. So, and I think I got it for $40 off at free shipping or $60 off in free shipping or something like that. I don't exactly recall. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time posing this because I have an upcoming posing video. Actually, I have several lined up. So stay tuned for that. We'll do some Iron Man posing videos. But I just kind of want to just give my final thoughts on this one. I think it's a pretty cool figure. I do like the head sculpt, even though It's one we've seen before. I'll pop this off, the little magnet. If I can do this one-handed, maybe I can. Yeah, maybe I can't. Let's try this. There it goes. One-handed is kind of tough. This portrait's not bad. Obviously, everybody's waiting on that unhelmeted portrait that's coming with the Iron Patriot. So that one I'm more likely going to use. I will not be putting the batteries in this, but look at this. Get yourself a red, some red lights in the background and some proper lighting like we got here. And it's a pretty awesome looking figure. So hope you guys like this video. If you want to see Iron Man poses, let me know in the comment section down below. I recently did one with my clones, my clone army that I recently got from Clone Wars, the 501st Deluxe. Got a whole pile of those. If you didn't check out that video, please go ahead and do so. Upcoming on the channel also, we've got Endgame Black Widows, another one I went back and got. We just unboxed the So-So Toys Butcher. We've got the 66 Batman and Robin, which is still in the box. I need to unbox those. So we've got that going on and more. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on this figure. If you have picked it up, maybe give some your thoughts on it for others in the comment section down below. Maybe they might be interested in seeing your thoughts. And let me know what you think of the figure. So as always, click what you like. See you next time.